if I'm not rich.
Well, don't say that. Words are things. I think you're super rich. You're super talented.
Yeah, I'm rich in spirit. By the time I get all my money, I'll be probably like 60 years old. You'll see a 60-year-old man with a Cuban link chain and like expensive clothes on that look like only a teenager should be wearing, but I won't care.
Hilarious. Why? People know the name, but they haven't seen the face. They've seen the art. I know you brought some things to share. Why should people know you, Justin Richburg?
Because for one, I'm light skinned, I'm beautiful. You see my beard is fully grown in. You see his beard. When you see a man with a beard, that shows that he's trustworthy, he won't cheat on you, and like I said, once again, trusting, and he's always going to be talented.
So before I get into how I discovered you,
Hmm.
I know you have a few pieces that have quote unquote gone viral that have been spread around beyond your own page. I mean, what are some of the pieces that have traveled the most distance for you so far?
Um, Let me see if I can find it in here. I don't want to mess it all up. Okay, this is the main thing that everybody likes. It's the dice game one right here. I'm sorry if it's like kind of rolled up. This is the one that I got like the most flack for. That
Okay.
people like knew that I did. I got flack for other stuff. I have another picture that I did that was inspired from my last relationship. It's a black couple in the bathroom chilling. The girl's on the toilet and the guy's in the bathroom smoking weed. I don't smoke weed, but like I said, like here's like a little thing right there to show you. Yeah, a lot of people don't agree with that because that's a forbidden thing, I guess. But people do it. I mean, like I had to do it. Just sitting there, no matter how bad it stunk, and that's why I'm nonchalant like I am because the smile went to this, and that's why I'm the way I am today.
First, second, third grade, you're being conditioned, programmed to basically work a job, and then Facebook and MySpace and all that comes out to be an artist. You don't need all those things. Was school helpful to you, or
No, school it was just a prison, just a just somewhere to be until 3 o'clock. Because I wasn't one of them like special type people. Like drawing was just drawing. I had my art teacher. She you know tried to guide me, but wasn't like nothing beyond like join the mirror arts program or do like after school programs when it comes to painting. Cause I don't like painting. But it's like there wasn't no examples to show me where I can go, where I can strive. Maybe if I was like not like in a public school or something like that, maybe I could like found myself earlier on in school, but never that. Unless like you like like a real intelligent person, where they'll put you in certain classes where you can strive and go further, or like if you're an athlete and you're real good, they'll focus on you. Everybody else is just whatever. I wouldn't say school prepare me for nothing. It was just some place to be. Like I said, prison. When people get out of prison, what do? They struggle to find jobs and all this. Same thing. You, you just can leave whenever. School is just a place you can choose to go to.
so the bug bit you always drew, but then this platform opened up where you could share it more. Do you?
No, that was because I had somebody help me for a little bit. That opened up my eyes to things like that. No, I'll be having no girls sliding in my DMs. I'm speaking with somebody right now, so I can't really say nothing like that. But anyway, if you want to really know what's in my DMs, let me show you. I'm just playing. I ain't gonna really show you. Um, it be rappers that be wanting me to click they SoundCloud link, which I'm not gonna do. I have little kids asking me random questions, which I answer, but it takes me about 5 days to respond. 'Cause I get sick and tired of the same questions over and over. I do everything by hand, and then I scan it or take a picture with my phone, and then give me 1 second, and then I color everything on the computer. You see it just like that.
Dope.
All right. So that should end the questions for at least a week. Everybody needs training, but I mean, like I said, art is like being a musician. You don't need to go to school for it. What you need to go to school for art for? I mean, like I understand, like like the creative arts, like high schools and stuff like that. But as far as like going to college, unless like you don't have the equipment or something, you can't afford the equipment. Yeah, then go to an art college. But other than that, you don't need it. It's the same thing. It's the same thing as being it's the same thing as being a musician. That's all it is. Same thing as being a musician.
But you need so
I mean, it can help to have a mentor. That can also help, but at the same time, you don't need guidance. Because the only thing a school does is just structure you to think a certain way. And mind you, this is coming from a person. The only art school he went to was the Art Institute of Philadelphia. So you don't really need. I went that long. Well, I was 22 when I went to the Art Institute. And it didn't show me nothing. To be honest, I mean, it showed me little things here and there about Photoshop that I probably could have like learned on my own. But in that, y'all don't like really need school for art. I know somebody told me I shouldn't say things like that, but it's for real. You don't need school for art. You got YouTube. You can go on YouTube and learn everything that you need. You got tutorials of other artists that you can learn and watch from them. How I learned to do artwork by copying images that I liked. And then, when some people they talk to me, like I see like an older person, they'll be like, man, I used to draw and all that. I always be ask them, why you stop, man? Life. I just be thinking to myself, what does life have to do with anything? I mean, like just a half an hour out your day to draw something because they wasn't passionate about it. It's the same way with sports. It's all the same. If you're not passionate about something, then you can't make up no excuses of why you stop because life. You just didn't want to do it.
I know you're from Philly, but I mean, where did you grow up? How did you get interested in art?
I'm gonna be, anonymous about where I live in the city. So I'll just say all of Philly. I'll just say that y'all don't need to know where I live at.
Okay, no worries. And then
North Philadelphia.
North Philly. That's what's up. And how did you get? Were you painting? When did you get Crayola crayons? What was the first time you realized you had a gift at drawing and art and painting and stuff?
Um, when I was able to create something on my own without copying any images, where I was able to like extract it from my head. That's when I realized I was good at it. Uh, and it just really went from there, just going like years and years of talking like I'm 50 years old. It just went like a good like 10 years of just drawing, so I can able to like make something like this from my mind without having like to copy any images.
So you devise the characters.
That's a hell of a thing to choose from. I just thought about that. You see, look at that, like all the cheeks down the bottom. That's a messed up example. That shows you where my head is at. Let me turn this around. I'm ashamed of myself.
Okay. Well, well. Okay. So good point. What are some of the topics that you explore within your art?
Relationship issues, political.
Start paying attention to you. It got spread around, and I said, I got to follow Justin. was the New Jack City Chris Rock image.
Yeah.
Can you speak to that? What inspired that one?
He a crackhead, and people act like crackheads when they go online. They act like they need to be updated about every little thing, like you're gonna miss something. People act like crackheads. I'm a crackhead too, apparently, and so are you.
Yeah. Anybody watching? They
Yeah,
have an
anybody
addiction.
we're a crackhead for likes. We're a crackhead for views. We all want attention, and social media turns us into attention crackheads.
So it's the New Jack drug of 20.
Yeah, and
So,
then also with that, I have another picture that go along with that with Nino Brown, and I don't know the light skinned dude name is.
mm-hmm.
Light skinned people irrelevant, even though I'm light skinned myself. But in the picture, I have two different versions. One for Facebook that has like the Facebook thumbs up, and I have another one for Instagram that has the Facebook like. Let me see if I can find it real quick. And it basically deals like with the same thing, cause, because they're the seller.
Mm-hmm.
And if you watch the movie New Jack City, you already know the line, man. It's a new thing called likes that people gonna go crazy for, man.
Oh, the Alan Payne and Wesley Snipes scene. Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember that.
so like when I see things like that, like I'll take it and switch it up. But you can't do that with everything though, cause I see a lot of people like they try like to mimic it, but it ends up looking dumb because like they'll just put random people with anything, and you can't do that. Like if you're going to do something, you gotta know about the source material, and you have to here I found it. Here's the Facebook version. I can't find the Instagram version.
Mm-hmm.
You see, like if you're going to do like the material, you gotta make sure it makes sense.
So you put a lot of thought goes into this before you start to actually draw it, or you just wake up and you just. I mean, what's your day like? I know, um, you said like that Chris Rock thing was 2017, and that was a long time ago for you. And to me, that's only a year. So these things you post them, and then it's sort of like a comic strip. Like, do you try to post new things every day, or how? What's your work process?
Um, Sometimes I write notes down, like to give myself a reminder, or if some ideas stick in my head, like for a long time. Like for example, that dice game and the Chris Rock thing, that stuck in my head for like about a year. I didn't have to like write it down to remember it. 'Cause, some things I put on the back burner until I feel as though I'm good enough to be able to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can show you another example to go back to the Nino Brown thing, right? Okay, we'll say like this for instance. Like we're looking at it again, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
we see like the flesh thought idea. When you look at it, it makes sense, right? Versus when you see the first attempt, I just had the Facebook icon. I didn't really fully think it out all the way and rushed it out. Because like I said, like sometimes we get caught up in wanting attention. And sometimes like you got to sit back on your ideas until you fully like think them out. Because like I'm not ashamed to admit I do have like a real bad attention span. I have a very short attention span. That's probably the reason why I make so much stuff, because I get like instantly bored when I look at it and it's done. So I move on to the next thing real quick. So I can probably put out on the average, I say like 3 drawings a week or more, depending if I'm doing work for somebody. And that's really much it. I mean, I can do a whole bunch of drawings in like a week, but as far as like finishing them and coloring them, it's going to take a little bit longer.
We'll look at some more work, but advice for other people, because I think that this, like, and I know that the Black History Month, that earlier piece went viral, but you've also had some success where you weren't necessarily being criticized for your commentary, where people, legitimate celebrities, recognized your work and gave you shout outs, or whatever. I mean, can you speak to some of those interactions? Or
I mean, like some will give you a shout out, or like you'll see like some people tag you and this stuff, and then you see a thing on their page. Like some of them will interact with you, some of them won't. Uh, I mean, like I got hyped off of like one person before, but after that, after the situation happened, I don't. I care, but I'm not gonna get my hopes up on it. Because, for my audience, they get hyped when they see like certain people, like share my stuff or whatever. And then I used to like to screenshot it and then show them on my page or an IG story. But after a while, I just feel as though like them type of things are just corny to do. 'Cause I mean, like they're just people also. And then when you do things like that, you might scare somebody off from wanting to like work with you, because when you do things like that, it make it look like you talk a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know how to keep a secret.
Fair enough. Fair enough. But and now I got to think about it. There was one specifically though where I forget what it was. Where you shared it. It was like it was a secret, and then when it came out, I was like, wow, that was kind of big. Do you know which one I'm thinking of?
What are you talking about?
So, did somebody hire you to do something like some rapper, celebrity? I'm sorry for not having my research together. I feel like you had, besides the MLK, you had one that like a Jay-Z or somebody like hyped it up, say that was dope. Or,
Oh no, that was through B Dot. He worked with Rap Radar. He used to follow me or whatever. I used to like he used to comment a lot. I was able like to get his phone number and attempt to talk to people. Like try to build a connection with him. And I shared that on the Complex thing. He just told me before I lost in contact with him. He said, just keep doing what you're doing because you never know who's watching. Uh, I showed Jay some of your stuff and then put a smirk on his face. And then after that, I just lost contact with him.
okay, so I mean, but it seems like you really are a true artist in the sense that you make what you want to make, and you're not necessarily concerned about how many people see it.
I mean, that goes across your mind because you want the attention to bring more attention to yourself. So I do make trigger things that'll trigger people. I feel as though I know what triggers people because I watch like how people react online, things like that, and I try to use it to my advantage. So I do make things like to trigger people. Like the dice game thing was a thing to trigger people. I made like other things before that triggered people. They just didn't know I did it.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a long history of doing that because like my art kind of represents how I am in real life. Like I can like agitate somebody about even trying. Like sometimes I don't do it on purpose. So instead of just get in trouble with it because of my mouth, I just like do it because of the artwork.
So what are the typical responses like for like the XX Tentacion piece that just recently posted up? I mean, um, it seems like we're I'm processing it too because like our platform, it seems like people place an importance on social media that sometimes is perplexing to me. It's almost because my take on social media is people gravitate, and the algorithm is set to give you things to reinforce your pre-existing perception of things, and then the minute you shift away from that, you risk the criticism. I mean, what's your take on the way social media is operating right now for you?
Like how it's operating for me, like how people respond to me.
Well, I feel like people respect my brand, but sometimes when I push the envelope, people feel like for me it's like people I want people to feel empowered. Like when I talk to you, I want other people to say that like to draw and feel they have talent to take the same risks that you have. But a lot of people, they look at it still from a passive phase, like, oh, he's representing me. So I think when I see well crafted images like you, and they're clever and they're smart, it's like, wow, okay, there's a sense of empowerment there. Like here's somebody with a voice who gets it, So, and I think that's so people are seeking validation in some ways for their circumstance. A lot of times we don't necessarily see art that reflects our experience.
I mean, I don't know. I don't really know how to answer it. To be honest, so only thing I can say about like social media and the internet, everybody everybody wants a voice. That's why people was quick to pull out something, say, hey, look what I just seen. Like you said with the XXXTentacion thing. I actually did two of them. The second one that I did, like it showed like him dead in the car, and then person saying X been shot, please call 911, and then you see everybody with their phones out, and then you can see on some of the phones that X been shot and such. And then the next one, the first one I did, it's let me read it to you first before I show it. You see like a mysterious person says, such a shame. The wrong ones always get killed, and never the ones that deserve it. And then comes from the shadows. You see other people in the back saying, why is Zimmerman here?
Deep. So there's always some political commentary, social commentary within your work.
Yeah, it's always like that. It's always like that in a way because, like I said, everybody's always quick, to want to record something, but like this point is going towards short attention spans because somebody like him, everybody was claiming they want him dead and all that when they see him as on site, but he's still around doing whatever. But like people still like they'll kill their own. I'm sorry, I'm like going off topic a little bit. I don't know, cause like when I just look at this picture, it kind of like agitate me somewhat that they kill him, but Zimmerman's still around.
So you take that moment of emotion and then you find a way to articulate it visually.
Yeah, it's more so just like I'm not saying a shot, but it's like I don't know, just showing like black black culture.
Right. But it comes from you. It's not, or do you
That's
take
what
a
I
survey?
see.
It's a survey of what your friends are saying or your own experiences.
Own experiences, or just what I see, or what I hear. Nothing is just random. Everything is designed. Like there's a reason why I was born to be an artist. I have to serve some type of purpose, and I found my purpose in life. I'm pretty sure money will come further on in my life, or it may come to me tomorrow, who knows. But it's all about being consistent and doing what you're supposed to do. Like I'm gonna keep on saying it over and over. I know a lot of people don't like when somebody repeat themselves, but it's like you were born here for a reason. If you choose to do dumb shit that take you off your path in life, that's your fault. You wasted God's time in creating you when you could have been doing something big that can change the world. My name is Justin Richburg, and you're watching Real Black.
All right, perfect.
All right.
Okay. Oh,